In the previous section, we have to discuss about the introduction of the graph and how the terminology of graph, different terminology of graph. In this section, we have to discuss the representation of a graph, how to represent a graph. Okay, so I am collecting different representation. See here, one is your set representation of a graph, then adjacent matrix. This is also called as a adjacent table, and this is also called as a sequentially representation. Okay, then another is your contiguous representation, another is adjacent list, or this is also called as your linked list representation, and then another is hybrid representation. This is the combination of array and linked list. But what happened in your syllabus, this is right, that is your adjacent matrix representation, that is a sequential representation, and adjacent list, that is a linked list representation. So these two are in your syllabus or exam also, these two are asked. But from knowledge purpose, I am discussing little bit of this and but briefly. So first see what is set representation. Okay, set representation, suppose a graph is there like this, 1 2 3 4. Okay, suppose the vertices are, suppose this is a directed graph, I am writing like this. Suppose this is a edges like this, and this is one edges, and this is another edges. Suppose this is another edges, and this is also another edges, and this is also another edges. Okay, so this graph having 4 vertices and number of edges are there. So how the set representation are there? In the set representation contain 2 columns. One is your vertex, another is adjacency. Okay, one is vertex and second is your adjacency, that is your list of node and the connected node. We have to represent this. So first, what is the vertex here? Vertex is 4 vertex are there, 1. Okay, then for 1 it is connected, see 1 is connected to 2 and 3. So I am writing here the adjacency of the 1 is 2 and 3. Okay, so for 2, vertex 2, what is the adjacency are there? This is connected to 4 and 3. 2 is connected to 3 and 4. So I am writing here adjacency is 3 and 4. Okay, next for 3, what are the adjacency are there? See 3, no in degree are there. Okay, these are some out degree. Node are connected to or coming out to the node. No node are there or no edges are going out from other nodes. That means from 3, what is the adjacency? Adjacent is 5. If it is undirected, we have to write. Okay, if it is undirected, no direction are there, we have to write what? 1 2 4. But if it is directed, we have to check what are the number of edges going into the node. Okay, similarly from 4, see how many nodes are edges are going into the node. This 1, this is 2, and this is 3, that is 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Okay, so this is a very simple representation, set, vertex and adjacency. This is how to represent this. This is your sets representation. So what is your advantages of this representation? This is support. Okay, this is supports different type of language like Pascal. But disadvantages is C and C++ does not support. Okay, next go to the next representation, that is your adjacent matrix or adjacent table. This is very important. See here, for this adjacent matrix or table, a formula here are there. It contain a matrix which having 2 value, 1 and 0. Okay, matrix contain 2 value, 1 and 0, and if I and j are adjacent. Okay, if your I and j are adjacent, then we have to write 1, otherwise it is 0. That means what happen? Suppose 2 nodes are there, ij, or you have to say vi or vj. If in between vi and vj there is a edges present, then we have to write aij equal to 1, otherwise we have to write 0. So that is your adjacent matrix or table. Sometime what happen, in place of the 1 and 0, it write either true or false. If it is present, we have to write true. If it is not present, then you have to write false. But in generally, in your syllabus, what happen, whatever there, it is 1 for the if edges is connected or 0 otherwise. So for this graph, see how to connect, how to represent adjacent matrix for this graph. So how many vertices are there? 4 vertices are there. That means we have to create 4 row and again 4 column. Okay, 4 row and 4 column. Then we have to check, see for 1 for self, no self edges are there, that means it is 0. Then check for 1 2 1 edges is there. If it is edges is there, then it is 1. Okay, then 1 3. Okay, for 1 3 no edges are there. No 1 3 no edges are there. 1 3 edges are there. 1 3 edges are there. This is going from 1 to 3. That means we have to write here what 1. For 1 4, see 1 4, from 1 to 4 no edges are there. From 1 to 4 no going edges are there. That is 4 to 1. This is a directed, or if it is undirected, then we have to write from 1 to 4 and 4 to 1. But it is directed, then we have to only write 4 to 1. 1 to 4 no edges are there. Okay, so for 1 to 4 we have to write what 0. Similarly, check from 2 to 1. 2 to 1 no edges from 2 to 1, that is 0. 2 to 2 no self edges, that is 0. 2 to 3 1 edges are there, that means it is 1. 2 to 4 edges also there, that is also 1. Okay, then from 3C no end degree are there. Okay, no edges going into the node, only coming edges are there. That means here 0 0 0 0. From 4C 4 to 1 present, we have to write 4 to 2 present, we have to write 4 to 3 also present, you have to write, and then 4 to 4 0. So this is your adjacent matrix representation of this graph, that is your 4 cross 4. Okay, clear? Let's see another example of adjacent matrix. This is a, previously you have to see directed graph, this is a undirected graph, A B C D E. Okay, 5 edges are there. Okay, only connected A B, A D, D B, C E. So what happened, we have to write 5 number of row A B C D and also 5 number of column C D E. This is your A matrix. Then check, no self edges are there, that is 0. A to B edges are there, as it is not directed, that means we have to write A to B 1, also B to A also 1. Then A to C no edges are there, then 0. A to D it is 1. A to E it is 0. Again B to A it is also 1. B to B it is 0. B to C what 1. Then B to D 1. B to E is 0. B to E 0. Similarly from C it is 0 1 0 0 1. Similarly check from D 1 1 0 0 0, and from E it is 0 0 1 0 0. Okay, so in this way we have to represent, and the matrix is 5 cross 5. Clear? Let's see another example. Okay, see this graph. This is also called as a multigraph. What is your multigraph? Multigraph, if a graph contains parallel edges. What is parallel edges? See, the same, here one edges are there, another edges there. Okay, the same endpoints, this is the start point and end point, more number of edges are there. Okay, here also see, if a graph contains parallel edges, this is called a multigraph. So for the multigraph, how to calculate the adjacent matrix? Here simple, very simple. See here I am writing number of row and number of column here. So from A to B, okay, from A to, first A to A, we have to check A to A. See here a loop is there, self edges, so that means A to A is 1. From A to B, see A to B 1 and 2 parallel edges are there, so I am writing here 2. From A to C no edges are there, 0. A to D no edges are there, 0. From B to B no self edges are there like A, so that, sorry, B to, first check B to A. B to A no edges are there from B to A, because these are some directed A to B, so that B to A is 0. B to B, no self edges are there, that is 0. Okay, B to C 1, B to D 1, then C to A, no edges are there, C to B also 0, C to D 0, C to C 0, C to D also 0. Then DC, D to A 0, D to B 0, but D to C 1, 2, and D to D is 0. So this is your adjacent matrix of a multi-graph. If a graph contains parallel edges, that means more than one edges contain from same source and same destination. Okay. Then see what are the advantages and disadvantages of this adjacent matrix. The advantages is it is a very simple representation. We can represent either using the matrix or array, that is 2D array, two-dimensional array. And what is the disadvantages? It is a static in nature. Okay, what is static in nature? Suppose while inserting or deleting nodes from the graph, the size of matrix has to be changed. Suppose I am inserting another node, then what happens? The total size of the matrix again change. Or if I am deleting one node, then also total size of the matrix is changes. That is a static in nature. Then another drawback is there if edges is very less. Okay, if it is contain very less number of edges and node number is more, that means what? The number of entry are less or not. If it is connected, if edges are connected, then we have to keep 1, otherwise give 0. So if edges are very less, then the matrix is reduces to what? A sparse matrix, because it contains more number of 0. That means it leads to a wastage of memory. Okay, if your edges is very less, now relative to number of nodes, okay, if you relative to number of nodes, then adjacent matrix become a sparse matrix, which leads to a wastage of memory. Okay, wastage of memory. So these are some disadvantages of the adjacency matrix. That's why we have to go from the next representation, that is your linked list representation.